Post clock change yoga. So lower your hips towards your heels. Oh, there you are. I said, where's Lori? All right, we're just in child's pose. All right, so once again, just push your hips to your heels. You can have your arms outstretched over your arm. Good. Stretch your arms all the way forward, or bring them by your side in between your two legs, under your head. Just kind of let your body guide you. For those of us here in South Florida this morning, and probably a little bit more north, it's pretty chilly, so give your body some time to warm up and introduce movement back into it. Good morning. I don't even know who that is. Let's see. Oh, Maria. Yeah. Hi. Hi, Maria. It's you. All right. So start to slow down the breath, slow down the thoughts. You know, things are going to happen. People are going to come on and off with the camera, so don't worry about it. And just begin to stretch your arms out in front of you now. Spread your fingers. You don't have to have a lot of action in the arms right now. Just get a little length. And in your child's pose, good morning. Listen. In your child's pose, let's put a little rounding into the spine, like you're pulling your belly to your spine without moving your shoulders. And then release it, arch your back a little bit more, broaden your collarbones. We're just in child's pose. And then round your back, pull the belly in, spread your shoulders apart. I also think maybe people are still on the wrong time. So they'll show up when they decide to realize time has changed. Round your back this time, extend your arms a little bit more actively in front of you, spread your fingers. And then release your chest and perhaps even kind of sink your chest and your belly towards the floor. Some of you will get this and some of you won't. In other words, some of you will touch the floor, some of you won't. Breathe down the right side of your body, breathe down the left side of your body, and then breathe across from side to side. From the shoulders, through the waistline, through the lower back. And find your widest expanse side to side and your longest expanse front to bottom or top to bottom. Inhale, come onto your hands and knees. Keep your arms, they can be a little bit further in front of your shoulders, knees under your hips. Take your right arm up in the air and kind of gaze up at the hand. And as you exhale, bring the right hand underneath the left, back of the head towards the floor, left arm forward, hips up in the air. Spread your fingers, reach forward with your left, back, to the left with your right hand. Just stay and breathe. Find a little bit of release in the upper back shoulder. And then take your left leg, this is tricky, so you might have to come up a little bit, out to the left side. So you're still in your twist, and then you've got your left leg out to the side. Take the next breath to bring both arms in front of you. Left leg is out to the side, kind of in a gate pose. Walk your hands under your shoulders, arch your back. Exhale, round and curl your spine, tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, so we're cat-cow in our gate. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, come to neutral. Firmly press your left foot to the floor, firmly push the top of your right foot shin to the floor, and bring your hands onto your hips. Good. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers, turn the palms inside out and upside down, and bring the hands behind your head. If sitting up on your knee here, if you need padding, you could put a blanket, a towel. So your elbows are behind you, side to side, your heart is open. Inhale. And exhale, just lean over to your right side. Should be the side of the knee that's bent on the floor. And then spin your heart open a little bit. Good, inhale back to center. Exhale, left elbow towards the left leg. You're not going to go all the way down. I mean, some of you may. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lean to the right side. Release your right hand to the floor or block. Left leg comes up. Left hand is still behind the head. Open up your heart. Lower your left foot. Lower your left elbow towards the floor. Inhale, back up. Rise up to stand. Bring your left arm inside or on a block. Right arm up and overhead stretch. Pull your right shoulder back, left hip forward. Tuck your right tailbone under, or your right hip underneath you. One more breath. Bring arms up on the inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step your left leg back behind you. Lift the foot off the floor. Bend the knee, flex the foot. Drop your chin and chest towards the floor. Hug the elbows by your ribs. Inhale, come back up. Lower your left knee to the floor. Cat pose, chin to chest, round and curl. Inhale to neutral. Go back to your child's pose and stretch your arms out in front of you. Spread your fingers. Push your hips to your heels. And on the inhale, we're back up with the arms a little bit further in front. Take your left arm up, look at it. And then stretch it underneath your right, back of your head, ear towards the floor. Right arm stretches all the way out. I might have to adjust my mat. And exhale, twist the left arm towards the right side. Keep your hips up. Stay nice and strong here. Find some length, some movement in the spine and the shoulders, chest, and hips. Good. Inhale. Come on back to the center. Left arm is out. Stretch your right foot out to the side. Planting your feet on the floor. I'm going to be ending up against this machine of mine here. Breathe in and out. And then walk your hands back to your hips. So your right toes are pointing forward, unless for any reason that gives you discomfort. Bring your arms overhead. Inhale. Interlace your fingers, one finger over from your normal position. Bring your arms up. It's going to feel weird. Hands behind your head, elbows out to the side. Inhale. And exhale, lean to your left side. Just keep your arms as if they're in the same plane, right? So as if there was something behind you and in front of you, and you can just spread open. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right side. And then spin your heart open. Stay firm in your right leg. Balance with your left leg. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lean to the left, bring the left hand down on the floor or block. Lift your right leg up in the air. Your arm is open, your chest is open, your right leg is active. Inhale. Good, exhale the right foot to the floor and the right elbow towards the floor. Nice little oblique twist. Inhale, come on back up. Reach yourself back to standing. Right arm down inside or outside of the right leg. Think about triangle. Left arm up, and then spin your heart open. I don't know about you, this feels really good to my body. Inhale, come on back up. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Right leg steps behind you and then up. Bend your knee, flex your foot, and do one little push-up here. And if you don't do the push-up, that's okay. Lower the knee, round your back, cat pose. Inhale, come back to center and find yourself back into child's pose. Extend your arms all the way out in front of you. Inhale, back to hands and knees, arms out in front, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Hips high in the sky. Lower your heels, chest towards your thighs. Take a walk of the dog or stay where you are, it's your choice. Pushing weight through the heel of the hands, moving the weight back from the hands to the heels of the feet. When you're ready to stay settled in, rise on your tippy toes, lower your heels, press the chest towards the thighs. Inhale to high plank, top of a push-up. Look forward, pull the belly up and in. Good. Don't collapse through the middle, through the legs, through the chest. And then push right back to your downward facing dog, high in the sky. Lower the heels towards the floor. Good, come back up onto your tippy toes, come forward. High plank. Lower your left knee and step your right foot in between your hands. Keep the hands on the inside of the right foot. So right leg is forward. Good, I don't know if you're frozen or not. Right hand is on the inside. You can take a block if you'd like to use the block with your right hand. Right knee, right tricep are hugging each other. Left arm opens up. So hug the arm and the leg. Spin your heart open to your left side. Good, beautiful. Take your left arm, bind it behind your back. See if you can reach your right thigh. If you can, great. If you can't, don't worry about it. And then take your right arm up in front and lean back. Think of like reversed warrior pose. Keep your hips tucked. Inhale. Good. Exhale back to the hands on the inside of your right leg. Turn your right toes out. Look towards your left side. So go to your right side, look towards your left foot behind you. Then spin onto the outer right edge of your foot and the outer left edge of your foot. Bring your right hand to the inside of your thigh. Press down against your thigh to lift your torso up and rotate. Ooh. Nice release here. Make it as big or as little as you need. Inhale, come back to center. Hands on either side of the foot. Tuck your left toes underneath. You lift the knee up but keep the hips low. Step back into downward dog, hips high in the sky. Walk your dog if you'd like it. Rise up onto your toes, legs active, come forward to high plank. Really resist the earth. Feel the center of your body having to work here. Spread your shoulders, knees are lifted, so everything is active. Hips up in the air, downward facing dog. Slow and steady is going to win this race today, so take your time. Inhale on your toes, high plank. Lower your right knee, right underneath you, step your left foot forward. Both hands on the inside of your left leg. That's it. So make sure that you're not sitting on top of your right knee, right? You're coming a little forward, or perhaps you're shimming your right hip back a little bit. Your left hand can stay on the floor or a block. Right arm comes to the hip as we twist open. Hug your left hip towards the midline so you really get condensed in the center. Right arm comes up. Reach up and down in opposition. Then one more breath. Take your right hand and bring it behind your back, even if it means you only touch your shirt behind you. Some of you will grab your inner thigh of your left leg and open up. Breathe. Keep sinking your right hip forward. Good. You got it, guys. Looking good. Good. Inhale, release. Arm up, both hands in the center, in between or inside of your leg. Then take your left toes to the left. Turn it out. I'm going to move my block for this one. And then if you'd like a little bit more, turn on the outer edges of both feet. Left hand inside. And give yourself that beautiful releasing twist. One more breath. Inhale to center. Turn yourself forward. One hand on either side. Tuck your right toes underneath you. Lift the knee up. And this time, let's step to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Separate your feet with two fists in between. Just some of you, I might need you to adjust your cameras when you stand. Bend your knees enough that your chest and your belly rests on it, and that the top of your head is down. Weight shifts into the bottoms of your feet towards the toes. And then release your arms and bring them behind your back. Palms together, knuckles together. Use a strap or towel if you need it. Bring the arms back behind you and up and over. And as you do that, you decide, are you going to stay with a very bent leg, or maybe you're going to straighten it a little bit more. Whatever is speaking to you in your body. Just press into the big toe, little toe ball of the foot and fold as much as your body is going to allow right now. Keeping the arms crossed, press down through your feet. We're going to round our spine to come up. So take your time rounding your spine. When you come up to standing, knuckles come down, heart lifts up and open. So it's like you're squeezing your elbows and shoulders towards each other without arching your lower back. And then release your arms. Roll the shoulders around a couple times. And bring your arms down by your side, palms facing forward. Big toe, little toe ball of the foot, heel of the foot firmly grounded into the earth. Lift up your kneecap and tuck your tailbone underneath you. Broaden your collarbones, open up your shoulders. Crown of the head to the sky, chin parallel to the floor. Pressing down firmly through your feet. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way overhead. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms inside out and upside down. Bring the arms behind your head. Again, without arching your back, so tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, lift up and over to your right side. Open your left side open. Inhale to center. Exhale, open up, right side. Good, back to center, inhale. Reach your arms all the way up overhead. Open your arms and forward fold over your two legs. Hands on either side, on blocks, on shins. Lengthen your spine, inhale, pull your collarbones forward. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and step to a high plank position. Take a breath in plank. Choose to go to your knees or come to your bent arms with a straight leg, chaturanga. Roll over your toes or on your belly for low cobra. Beautiful, shoulders down, heart lifts. Downward dog, hips up in the air. Breathe in, breathe out. Send the weight away from your hands towards your heels. Inhale on your tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward, step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise your breath to standing. Bring your arms with you overhead. Exhale, bring prayer to your heart center. Good, let's do that again. Arms come all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold through your center. Hands on floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, step to high plank. Stay for the breath. Lower your way or skip it all together and go to down dog. Lift your heart, lift your hips in the air. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Breathe. If this is ever too much, you just go to a child's pose and relax your hips down on your heels. If you're in a down dog, lift up onto your toes. Reach your right leg high in the sky. Lower your left heel as you turn your right hip to the right. Bend your right knee. Shoulders are squared, so there's a little bit of a bringing down on the right side of your shoulder. Keep your right heel bent, or right knee bent, right heel towards your buttocks. And then hug your left hip in so you can open the right hip a little bit more. And then inhale, bring your knee to the center, round and curl. And now step your right foot, outside your right hand. Right foot outside. If you didn't get there, just move your hand on the inside. Good, so hug your right knee to tricep. You can spin your back hip foot under, so your toes are in warrior one, warrior 2-ish. Hug your hip in, and you can put your right hand again on a block. Left arm up, side angle. So we did this on our knees. Breathe. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Good. Release your hands, still on the inside. Walk them to the left corner of your mat. And then hug your right hip in. And again, you can drop your back knee to the floor if that's something that will make this a better transition for you. A better practice. One more breath. Good, now walk from your left side over to the left side as you turn both toes to your left side. So it's a quarter turn with the right foot, the left foot should be almost there. Rise up to your fingertips, and then just check that you're not sending your weight backwards to your heels and pulling your knees behind your hips. So put a little bit of a light softness into the front of the foot, lengthen your spine, and if you need a block underneath you, take a block underneath you. And then fold, head down towards the floor. If it easily touches the floor, shorten your stance. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend your left knee. Don't go too deep. Just get a little stretch, kind of like what we did earlier. And then just reach your arms out to the side. So you don't have to be in a crazy, I guess I can't call them Russian splits anymore, but you know. So both sides of your feet are grounded on both feet. Release your arms behind your back, interlace your fingers. And as you straighten your left leg, fold in between your two legs. Release your hands to the floor or blocks, lengthen your spine. Bend your right knee, sit your weight back behind your heels. And then find your balance and reach your arms out. Good, this one we're gonna spin back around to the front, left arm down, right arm up. Twist. Reaching your fingers up, fingers down, chest open, hug hips. Find the most length through your spine and then rotate. Exhale the right hand down to the floor. Inhale, look forward, step back to high plank. Choose your way back to downward dog with push-ups, with more push-ups, with no push-ups at all. Hips up in the air. Downward facing dog. Feet come closer together at the back of your mat. Inhale on your tippy toes. Left leg in the air. Open your left hip and bend your left knee. Draw your right heel towards the floor and draw your left underarm towards the floor. And breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Turn your hips square. Keep the knee bent. Come to a plank with your left knee to your chest as you round your spine. Step your left foot all the way through on the outside of your hands. You can also, again, go to your knees here, right? Hug your hip in towards your midline. Take your right foot, turn it on its side. And again, if you'd like to use a block here, just put the block on the inside of the foot under your left hand. Bring your left hand to your hip, or right hand, excuse me. And then take your right arm up in the air for your side angle pose. Lift from the bottom side of your body. So your hips stay low, but your torso lifts. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, one more breath. Exhale, hands down. Take both hands to the outside, that right corner of your mat. Without changing your leg position, so keep hugging your left hip in. One more breath. Good, now begin to walk to the right side of your mat, turning your left toes with you. Toes can be slightly pigeoned, try to have them kind of parallel to each other. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Grab a hold of the outer edges of your foot and pull yourself down. Head down to the floor, send the weight forward and lift the hips up. Shake out your head, yes or no. Inhale, release your foot, halfway lift with your hands in front of you. Bend your right knee, sit your weight back. Stretch your arms out to the side. Find the space off of your belly, off of your thighs, weight goes back. Good, as you exhale, bring your hands behind your back, one finger over from regular stance. Straighten the legs and fold in the middle of your two legs. Arms come back away from your body, with or without a strap. Nothing wrong with using a strap. Inhale, bend your left knee. Take your arms out to the side, back into that reach. And as you exhale, turn around to the front. Right arm stays, left arm is up. Twist. Left arm up, right arm down, under each other. Back leg is nice and strong. Inhale. and exhale. Remember, bringing your back knee to the floor is always an option. Look down at the floor as you empty the breath. Step to plank. Take your way into your downward dog. Doesn't matter if you do push-ups or not. And we'll all meet in downward dog. Bring your feet closer together. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Right leg high in the sky. You can bend the knee or keep it straight. Look forward and step it all the way through. Right hand on the inside, left foot turns on its side. Left arm comes up. Have a block nearby should you want one. Look down at your right toes. Inhale, come on up. Good. I think I left something out in our warm-up, but we'll get to it. Good. Left arm down, right arm up. I think this was it. Breathe. Lift out of your waistline and then up and back. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Find warrior two. Shoulders over hips. Reach your eye gaze to the right hand. Pull back with your left arm so your shoulders are stacked over your hips. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Now, reach towards the front. Right hand can come on the outside, on the thigh, inside, or take your hand, if you can, outside. Use the block. Right knee presses into right bicep. Left arm is up, and then take the left arm up and overhead. Palm down, spin your heart open. Breathe. Inhale. Side angle, full traditional. Very nice. Good. Try to spin your palm a little bit so your pinky points down towards your face. I know, it's not easy. Take another breath. Inhale, rise back up to warrior two. Let's give our leg a little relief. Straighten the front leg. Bring the back foot in once or twice. Move your hips to the left. Move your torso to the right. Go as far as you can go. When you can no longer go, put your hand down on the foot shin or block in front or behind you, and imagine that you're against a wall. Lift the torso up and in. Pull your knees up and in. Inhale. And if you want to take the left arm back and up overhead. Once again, palm down, but spin it a little bit so your pinky side is a little rotation of the shoulder. Pinky side is pointing towards you. Heart lifts. Inhale. Bring it back up to a reverse triangle. Right arm up, left arm down. Inhale. Return to the front. Bring your hands to the floor. Spin your back foot forward. Right arm comes up. So you might have to widen your stance a little bit. Right arm comes all the way up. Back leg is strong and active like it's in a plank. So it's got a lot of action in it. One more breath. Good. Right hand comes down. Look forward. Step back to a high plank. Choose your way to downward dog. Add the push-ups. Skip the push-ups. Add more push-ups. High hips up in the air. Feet together, back of the mat. Left leg high in the sky. You can bend or straighten the leg. Just we're here for a moment. And then come through your center. Step your left foot through. Turn your right foot on its side. Left hand inside. Right arm up. Side angle. Inhale. Rise up to warrior two. Adjust it. Back toes are turning towards the front. Not all the way, but not all the way facing side either. Right arm pulls back so your shoulders are over your hips. Inhale. Spiral your upper thighs out and inner thighs in or inner heels in. Reach in two directions. Be conscious that we're not changing this front leg for a little bit. Just a little bit, right? All doable. One more breath. Good. Right arm down, left arm up. Lift up and back. Keep the leg bent. Keep the leg bent. I know. We'll get some relief, I promise. Inhale through warrior two. Exhale, reach out, hand on the thigh, inside or outside. Use a block if you need it. Right arm is up, and then we spin the right arm over our head, palm down. Rotate your torso, and then spin your shoulder a little bit so the thumb goes up, the palm, the pinky goes down. And you're hugging your left knee towards your left bicep. Breathe, side angle pose. Taking your tailbone and tucking it underneath you, finding energy in your legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, hang in there, guys. One more breath. Don't change your legs. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Exhale now, straighten your leg. Walk your back foot in once or twice. Move your hips to the right, torso to the front. Reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out. Left arm down, right arm up. Triangle pose. You can have your hand on a block. You can have it on a high side just behind your calf. If you would like to, inside. I mean, there's so many options for our triangle poses, for all of our poses. That's why yoga is for everybody. Another big breath. Look down at your left toes. Inhale, pull yourself back up. I didn't offer you the Utita, but you could always take your variation. Reach up and over. Good. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Right hand comes down, left knee bends. Revolve your twist. Breathe. Lower your hands, step back to high plank. Choose your way. You can skip the whole push-up thing and go right to down dog. Listen to your body. Downward dog. Good. Walk your hands halfway back and your feet halfway up. So your hands and feet will meet in the middle of your mat. Rise to your fingertips. Exhale, fold over your legs. Bend your knees enough that your hands are flat on the floor in front of your toes. Look forward, come to your fingertips. Then plant the arms flat and begin to straighten the legs as much as your body allows. Press your big toes down, so you've got to feel that firmness through the legs, chin to chest. And roll up through your spine. Roll your shoulders back and around a couple of times. Arms down by your side. Find weight evenly distributed, right side, left side. Collarbone spread, chin parallel to the floor. Send your weight into your left leg as you lift your right leg up. Flex the foot. Open the knee. Hug the left hip in. Hold on underneath your thigh with your right hand. Good. Take your left arm out to the side. Open your right hip out a little bit more. Hug your left hip in. So you're holding your leg up. Nice, E.T. Good. Yep, the foot is off the body, and so if we wobble, we wobble. Nice, Michelle. Good. Come back to center. Bring your foot down, bring your arms down, hips width apart. Take a moment, find your grounding. And then open your eyes, press your right foot to the floor. Hug your right hip in, left leg lifts up. Flex the foot. Now think about the right leg, the standing leg. As you draw the left leg open, hold on under the thigh. Help assist it. You're helping it. Flex the foot. Hug your right arm, right hip in. Right arm can come out to the side. Stand up nice and tall. Good. Inhale back to center. Release your arms, release your legs. Place your hands to your hips. Inhale, bring your weight to your left leg and lift your right leg up. Good. This time you can hold on under the thigh, in front of the thigh, or take peace fingers to your right big toe. And you can still keep the leg bent here. Or you can extend the leg out in front and then open it out to the side. Left arm can come out to counterbalance. Left hip is hugging in deep. Very nice. Don't try to lift high. Beautiful, Laura. Don't try to lift high. Try to keep your hips level. That's tricky. Bring your leg forward again. So you're holding on to the knee or the foot. Leg is straight or bent. Whoops, not gonna happen today. Hold it there, 3, 2, bend the knee. Cross the right ankle over the left leg, release the grip. Hands to your heart, bend your knees, flex your right foot, and have a seat down. Some of you like to fly here, so if you do, your hands will come to the floor blocks. Right foot will grab around your left tricep. You'll send your weight forward. I think Michelle likes to do this. Maybe if I can highlight you, Michelle. There's Michelle flying, beautiful. If you want to extend your leg, very nice. All right, let's see if I can unpin you. Good. Well, you might be there forever, Michelle. Remove pin, okay. Good, come back, feet together on the floor. Forward fold over your legs. Good. Grab opposite arms this way. And then center yourself. Release your arms. Roll up through your spine. Roll your shoulders back and around. Feet down, arms down. Inhale, once again, the weight goes to the right leg. Lift your left leg up, balance. Choose to hold underneath, in front, or maybe take your peace finger grip. Right hand can come to your hip for balance. Keep the knee bent or begin to straighten it. Good, then slowly start to open it out to the side. As you do that, maybe the right arm comes out, hug your right hip in. Don't think about lifting high, rather lifting, keeping your standing leg really pulling in. You don't need to go so high. Lori, you can lower your leg. I'll just hold it here. So, ideally, like hip height. Very nice. Good. Keep hugging. Don't worry about the nice Hillary. Come back to center. Good. And now cross your left ankle above your right ankle. Release your hands. Bring your hands to prayer. Bend your knees or stay upright. Fold forward, or maybe you'll take that arm balance. Hands to the floor or blocks. Left foot wraps around right tricep. Weight comes back. And you might notice that one side is a lot happier than the other side. One more breath. So if your foot is up and you're flying, bring it back to the floor. And then slowly bring your hands back to your heart. Come up, release your feet. Separate your feet and fold over, grab the opposite elbow. Sway a little side to side. Come back to your center. Good, inhale, come to center. Your feet are about hips width apart, 2 fists in between. Lift your toes up, slide your hand all the way under your foot, wrap your big toe around your wrist, and do the same thing on the other side. Look forward, inhale. Shift your weight forward and just massage at your wrist. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold and let go. Shake out your head, yes and no. One more breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release your hands. Walk them forward. Step your feet back to a downward facing dog. Inhale on your tippy toes. Shift forward to high plank. Lower your hips towards the floor. Stay on your toes. Good. Come back to plank. Downward facing dog. Now from your downward dog, lift high on your toes. Shift your weight to your right hand and right foot. Spin to your left side. Side plank. Now, you can drop your right knee to the floor and be somewhere like what we were doing way back in the beginning of class in gait, right? So your right knee can be down, your right leg can be up, your feet can be crossed, staggered, lifted. Choose what works for you. Perhaps bring the left arm over your head. Perhaps bring your left hand behind your head and do a little side crunch. Come back up. Release 2 hands to the floor. Just push back to downward dog. Step your feet one step closer. Take your right hand to your left ankle, foot, or shin, and twist. Come back to your center. If you step forward, step back, downward dog. Rise onto your toes. Send your weight to your left foot, left hand, and spin to your left side. Vashisthasana, side plank. If the left knee wants to come down, bring it down. If you want to stack your legs, stagger, lift. Right arm up and over your head. You can stay just where you are, or bring your right hand behind your head, and perhaps take that side crunch. And then come on back. Hand down. Downward dog, hips up. Inhale on your toes. Come forward through plank without bending your elbows. Upward dog, you're on your toes. Now some of you, bend your elbows from here, chaturanga. Push up, down dog. Sorry. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Inhale. Bring your knees to the earth. Take a child's pose with your arms by your side, palms up, and drape your shoulders over your thighs. I don't know, I think Crosby is in the camera, but I'll be good with that. Inhale, rise to sit on your heels. Bring yourself up onto your shins. Support yourself if you need to, or pad yourself if you need to. Hands come behind your back. There you are, Michelle. It's okay. Elbows squeeze in. So from the side, I'm just sitting up on my shins. My shoulders are over my hips, over my knees. Lift the heart up. So in the long run, we're going to end up with the hips over the knees the same way. Take your right arm, lift it up in the air, follow it in a circle around to your right heel. And yes, you'd probably lean back to do that. Take your left arm, lift it up. Circle it back around to the left leg. If you have to tuck your toes to do this, do that. And then push your hips forward. So we're back, over, hips over knees. Right? Arch your back. If that's too much for you, do one side at a time. Or sit on your heels and modify it. Breathe in, camel pose. Good. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips. Come up to sitting, or as kneeling, and then come down to sitting. Take your dominant hand on top of your less dominant hand. Close your eyes for a moment. Drop your shoulders down. I'm going to give you another option to do here. You can go back to do similar to what we just did. Or bring your knees a little bit further apart and hold onto your heels with your hands. So we're going to come from a rabbit position. Tuck your chin to your chest. Bring your forehead to your knees. Crown of the head to the floor. Push up onto your shins. Still holding onto your heels. You're going to come up through your camel, your rabbit, and then you're just going to pull your hips through. Tricky. So if you want to try that, sit on your heels. I'll go with you through it slowly. Otherwise, go back to your camel pose. Open your knees a little bit wider. Chin to chest, head to knee. Forehead to the knees, head to the floor. Lift your hips up and round your spine like a rabbit. Holding onto your heels, continue with a rounded spine as you lift your torso. And then you push back and then forward into the full camel. Breathe. It's fun. It's a little tricky, but it's fun. And then release your hands back to your hips or heart. Sit on your heels. This time just cross one heel in front of the other and have a seat on your floor. Lift yourself up. Good. Inhale, bring your hands to prayer. Sit up nice and tall. Release your legs out in front of you. Shake it out. Walk a little bit towards the front of your mat. Flex your feet. So I'm actually going to try to turn my mat a little bit for you. Sit up nice and tall. So move the flesh from underneath your sitting bones so that you can sit a little bit in front of your sitting bones. And then bring your hands either by your side because you need some stability there, or bring your hands back to your heart. Think about your legs being fully active, toes up, pressing down through your thighs and pulling through. Inhale and exhale. Now, point your toes really strong. Hold your belly to your spine and round your back. Stay here. Breathe in. So you're in a little bit of a C curve. Inhale, lift your chest. Come back up to sitting, flex your feet. Turn to your right side. Point your toes. Round a little bit, lean back. Come back to center first. Lift up, flex your feet. Good. Exhale, turn to your left side. Point your toes. Round your back just a bit. You might feel like you're falling to your left side, so don't go that far. Just a little oblique wake up. Inhale back to your center. Sit up tall, flex your feet. Good. Let's do this again. Bring the arms behind your head. Inhale. Exhale. Pull your belly in a little bit. Lean to your right side. And maybe take your right arm back down to the floor. We've done this a couple ways today. And come back to center. We're going to keep the legs flexed on this one. Good. A little rounding of the spine. Rotate to the left. Come back. Left elbow towards right leg. Left floor. Come back to center. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Lean back. Rotate. Right arm down. Come back up to center. Left side. Twist and rotate. Come back to center. Inhale. Reach your arms all the way up and fold over your legs. So when you get a hold of whatever you're holding on to, and if you can't reach your toes, bend your knees so you can, and hold on to that. Keep the spine long, and then perhaps begin to straighten the legs at that point, right? Or use a strap or towel. Keep your spine long, head in line with your spine, collarbones forward, same deal. Chin parallel to the floor, shoulders are back and down. It's just like standing in Tadasana, but I hinged a little before, and of course I'm sitting on the floor. Inhale and exhale. Take your left hand to your right foot shin or ankle like we did in our downward dog. Right arm up. Right arm can stay up or bind behind your back, left ear to right knee. Inhale back up. Release your arms. Good, bring the arms up. Exhale, right hand outside, left foot shin or block. No block, left foot shin. Left arm back. Or up. Or bind. Bringing your right ear towards your left knee. Inhale, lift up. Come back to center, bring the arms up. This time, round your back and fold in a very easy position. Maybe even put a block or two under your forehead and just kind of let it go. Let your feet go. Now we're in a rounded spine and a relaxed position. No effort. Get a lot of effort we've already put out here. Slowly come on up to sitting. If you had blocks, just move them off to the side. Just check as you go backwards that your head will be on your mat. Walk forward, just your cameras if you didn't already, so I can see you fully on the floor. And then just hold on to your legs, bend the knees, scoop out your belly, and slowly take yourself down to the floor. When you get to the floor, I'm going to have to move myself. Bring your feet in line with your hips. Touch your hands to your heels. So measure out the length of your fingertips to your heels, and then move your feet away if they're too close. Tilt your pelvis and lift your hips up in the air. Let's keep our arms here for a minute. So press your pinky side of your hand down to the floor. Inhale. Lift your right leg off the floor, knee bent, and then stretch it up in the air. Push down through your left foot, nice and strong. 3, 2, right foot comes down. Adjust it so both hips are level again. Pushing down firmly through your arms as well. Right leg is bent, left leg comes in and up. Energy in the right glute, breathe. Bend the knee and lower the foot. Lift the hips. Articulate your spine down, upper, mid, lower back. Turn your knees and toes in. Just relax, let it go. And then turn your toes forward one more time, grazing your heels with your fingers. Push your shoulders down, tilt your pelvis, lift your hips up. Stay here. Now you can bind your arms behind you. You can put a block under to support you. Some of you will take a full wheel, hands by your shoulders, resting lightly on the top of your head and lift your hips up. And then again, if you're here and it's something you practice, perhaps lift right leg in and up. Take a few breaths and maybe do the other leg. Any takers on that? And if you've done one or both sides, or if you're not doing it at all, begin to articulate your way back down to the floor. And when you get all the way down, hug your knees to your chest. Nice tight hugging of the hips. Stretch your left leg out, keep a hold of your right knee. Flex your feet as if you're pushing your left foot against the wall, which I'm pretty close to, and bringing your right knee towards your right side of your ribs. Left hand's going to grab a hold of the right knee, right arm's going to open to the side, and we twist across the body. Any support that you want, any assistance that you need, any deepening or releasing of the pose. Come back to your center. Bring both knees back to center. Hold them nice and tight. And then lower your right leg, flex the foot. Push your right foot down and away from you as the left knee comes towards the outer left ribs. Take your right hand and guide the left knee across the body. Left arm opens out to the side. Come back to your center. Once again, hug both knees to your chest. Round and curl your spine. Get yourself into a nice, tight little ball. Lower your head. Take your feet to the floor. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Stretch your arms over your head. Take your left ankle over your right. Take your left wrist with your right and just do a little hammock pose towards the right side. Come back to center. Let's switch sides. Right ankle crosses over. Left hand grabs right wrist, and we just take a little crescent swing to the left side. There might be Come back to center. Release your arms and legs, reach in 2 different directions. Point your toes, fingers, reach. Wow. Reach everything from your center point. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, everything comes down by your side, palms open up, your hips relax open. Close your eyes. And let go. Let your body completely surrender. Let your thoughts be still. It's inevitable that thoughts will come in and out. Just don't carry on a full conversation. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. If you'd like to stay longer, just turn off the sound. Stay in your Shavasana. Or begin to wake yourself back up. Fingers, wrists, toes, ankles start to move. Breath begins to deepen. Awareness becomes sharper as we lovingly draw knees to the chest and take yourself onto either side. Have a seat, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale. And exhale. Begin to bring yourselves up. You might have forgotten the time change. Open your eyes, bow down to yourselves. Gratitude. Om Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Leah's looking crazy. Stay home, stay fit, stay healthy. Wear a mask, get vaccinated.